boys and girls, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to the first video that I am filming on my scooter, which is effectively going to be attached to me for the next 6 weeks. Guys, now ladies and gentlemen, before this video goes any further, I just have to thank today's video sponsor, as per usual, Enthusiast, because this sickest trucks are being given away. If you haven't heard, right now, DDG40 is live. It happens to coincide with this shirt that I'm wearing from a color scheme perspective, and it goes by Ghost. I'm not trying to scare you with this news, but we're already well into this giveaway. I haven't been able to really upload videos because of my ailment, but I am here to tell you guys that that giveaway is live right now. If you haven't seen, it happens to follow a DURTYMAX theme. It might be like my DURTYMAX Ultimate, except it may or may not have 2 more wheels, and also comes with $50,000 cash and an 8-foot bed and a 45-foot matching Keystone Raptor. Yes, guys, you heard me right. Ghost is a 2024 Denali 3500 HD Ultimate, fully loaded from tip to tail. It has a Keystone 415 in tow that is wrapped pearl white to match the pearl white of the factory paint of that truck, and it is currently up for grabs. DDG40 is absolutely mind-blowing in every single capacity, and I may or may not love it because I have a thing with white trucks. We're gonna talk about the other color that I'm absolutely perpetually obsessed with in today's video, but you may wanna consider navigating to enthusiast.com. The link is in the description below, as per usual, and getting yourself entered because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I broke my ankle, and it's not even that cool of a story. I wish that I could have said that I fell out of my hunting stand or something like that ended up breaking my ankle, but no, I did not. Not that I actually wanted to fall out of my hunting stand, but I'm saying that because it would have made a little bit of a cooler story. I freaking broke my ankle as I was over at my old property planning to get the stands out of the woods so I can move them to the new house. This was all right at the beginning of archery season where I was really super excited. I know that there are a few existing stands out in the woods right now from existing hunters that actually left them here. I wanted to go get my other stands. I have 5 of them in the woods. So long story short, my objective for that Thursday afternoon was to go over to the old house and get 2 stands. My old neighbor was actually nice enough to allow me to use his quad to perform that task. So I got over there and just like business as usual, got the quad, went down into the woods, got my first stand successfully out of the woods. Had it all loaded up, drove up to the other stand that's actually right behind my old house. I could literally get into this stand without hardly breaking into the woods at all. Unstrapped the stand, let it fall to the ground, and as I was descending, I got about 3 foot off the ground. I happened to do a very transactional, like I've done a gazillion times in the past, hop down off the sticks to what I thought was flat ground. Well, just like this ground is sloped, come to find out that ground had a hole in it, and that hole was actually not this big. It happened to be larger, but it wasn't quite the size of my foot. It wasn't exactly a size 10, and why I'm saying that, it's important to know because my entire foot did not go into said hole. Only my ankle went into the hole. With my terminal velocity of jumping 3 foot off the ground, my ankle did this and my toes did this. The result was a broken ankle. But I'm using said chicken leg as an illustration for the broken leg. I had actually broke my ankle right here. And I immediately knew it was broken. I had never broken a bone, 32 years young in my life, and I was so proud of that. But now I unfortunately have to check that box off my list, which I never really wanted to do. I immediately got super sick and nauseous, almost sick to my stomach, and super lightheaded. It lasted 10 or 15 minutes. And I haven't been out into the woods a single time, which is absolutely killing me because hunting season is easily one of my favorite parts of fall outside of the beautiful fall foliage. Yeah, that's kind of been my life for the last week and a half, which is why I haven't been uploading on YouTube, but I'm back now with our boy Scoot. So today, ladies and gentlemen, actually today and tomorrow, we have an absolutely epic video planned. I was actually planning on doing it today, but unfortunately some things fell through, so we're gonna get to that in a minute. But we actually have a very serious issue, even more serious than my leg, and that's the fact that this is dirty, and we cannot accept that at all, nor can we start the vlog with that kind of negativity, especially when we have a weather forecast that looks like that. We are talking abundantly sunny over the next week. We gotta call in some favors because your boy will take an entire day to wash his truck, and we don't have time for that.
Oh my
Welcome back to an oh so familiar destination. As I hop on by, we are actually at what is my old shop, but is now Kegs Custom Detailing. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute minute since I've been over here, since I've seen my boy Kagan. As you guys know, he was on the daily, weekly house visits when we had the entire fleet at the old pole building, but my man is leveling up. He is actually made home at my old or first ever shop that we moved into here on the vlog. Always got to give a huge shout out and appreciation to the boys over at Kegs Custom Detailing. I can get my week started on the right note because you know going into the week with a clean vehicle is the chef's kiss. Now, the original plan of today was to go pick up the new truck. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen until tomorrow, so I'll see you then. Ladies and gentlemen, day two, the same task. Now, the Denali, unfortunately, is not going to be coming with us today. I'm a little embarrassed by saying this, but the oil actually needs changing it desperately bad, and I just haven't had any time to actually make it happen. Look at us rolling through the lot over here at Lime Ridge. Now, Sam's in there. He's actually gonna take it and park it out of the way so that way it doesn't impede the flow of customers. And he was so gracious today to actually give me a loaner. And talk about preferred service over here at Lime Ridge. I gotta say, Sam's one of my all-time best friends. Obviously, so many things take place between our relationship off the vlog, but on the vlog, he comes through and hooks us up big time. So we've got today what I believe is a 2020 Ford F-250 Platinum blacked out. This thing's absolutely gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on our way. Well, boys and girls, would you look what we have here. My goodness, we are in the presence of greatness right now. Guys, gals, we got ourselves right here a burgundy. Yes, we are talking the deep maroon metallic from GM, which I've always loved so unbelievably much. 2016 LML High Country DURTYMAX that is fully loaded. This day has taken years upon years upon years to make happen because this truck has always been a great white buffalo for me. We're talking 50 plus diesel trucks that have been in my possession over the last almost 8 years. As you guys can see, obviously Ozzy was very excited about it as well. All right, little story time about this color truck. So back when I was shopping for the OG, the LML DURTYMAX, I had a very difficult decision to make. And then I had to decide, do I want to get a white truck, which I've always been obsessed with, or do I want to go with the absolutely gorgeous deep burgundy red metallic? It was a difficult decision. I ended up going with the OG. I don't regret it at all, but I had always wanted to fill that void. I wanted to check the box, and today that box has been officially checked off. Now, this truck tells a very cool story, and it's going to be very nostalgic. So you guys might not remember, especially for the OGs, a guy by the name of John C. John C's Garage. Well, John C did a lot of work with me on the OG. He helped install the S369. He then removed the S369, which was Illusion Purple, if you guys can recall correctly, and then installed the DURTYMAX tuner Stealth 64 variable vane turbo because my towing needs were kind of increasing and I wanted to get back to a VGT. Variable geometry turbos are very nice for all things daily driving and tow function usability. Fixed vanes just sound absolutely sick because they clap back at you. So John was around on the channel a lot back in the day, and now he's actually in business for himself. Congratulations, John. I'm super proud of you for taking the journey that you have. And he offers some really super cool stuff, including some very precisionally crafted drop shackles for this body style and 2020 plus trucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and link his info in the description below. You can also hit him up for a whole array of parts for whatever diesel need you might have. John is one of the most meticulous individuals in the entire world when it comes to automotive precision, detail-oriented install. This truck happened to be done specifically by John. I also have to give a huge shout out to Vernelson Diesel Performance out of Harleysville for taking time to look over this truck for me in lieu of this going on, which has kind of been slowing me down. Now that brings us to this beauty right here. How about we just go ahead and do something that we're all waiting for in general. Please excuse the dirtiness of the truck. Not only is it full on fall because all the leaves are falling today, it's also very hard for me to wash anything right now because I can't get this boot wet. It's driving me nuts, and it's made me realize that I really should never take my dexterity for granted. That brings us to under the hood. Obviously, we've got the OG Whirly Custom Fab High Flow Bundle. What an awesome opportunity to purchase this truck with all of this stuff already installed. The driver's side, the passenger side intercooler pipe, and then down in the valley is actually an aftermarket upgraded VGT turbo. That one is actually by Dan's Diesel Performance, and I've heard some absolutely great things about these turbos. Now, John C. had also gone ahead and installed a CP3 Sportsman on this truck because the only weakness of the LML arguably was the CP4 injection pump. That's a dual piston style pump, and it really is susceptible to basically just deciding to explode on you randomly, probably at the worst time in your entire life. Well, luckily to John, all of that's been taken care of on this thing right here. So I think it's safe to say we all want to know how this thing drives, me included, and you can now take a little bit of a look at the process that I actually have to go through in order to really get anywhere because of my non-weight bearing issue. It's not like I'm really counting or anything like that, but according to the doctor, I have 4.5 more weeks in this boot, and that's 4.5 more weeks that I really can't put any more weight than this on my leg. Guys, getting into the OG K2XX is so freaking nostalgic. One of my all-time favorite things about this series truck is the fact that the interiors are so unbelievably comfortable, and actually the previous owner happened to have a memory setting where when you get in, it kind of drives you all the way up here. But the cool thing is, these trucks go very, very low. I mean, you can get inside of the cab with extreme comfort. Really freaking well. They've got the nice tow mirrors that are actually mounted on the A-pillars and not on the doors. I know it's controversial on the new trucks. We've grown to get used to it, but it's still nice to have them where they actually should be. You can make them sound absolutely incredible. It's so good. Thing whistles really well. Let's get it a little bit under a load, shall we? Should we really go full effect? I think we should. Maybe we should open this up. Maybe we should open that up. So we can really immerse ourselves in the audible pleasure that comes along with the Dan 64mm VGT turbo. She boot scoots and boogies too. I may or may not have forgot to mention to you guys that the truck doesn't also just have those lovely additions up under the hood, but it has a stage 5 transmission that was built with all Suncoast components, and it shifts really nice. That I'm just learning for the first time myself. With all aspects of the truck breathing and flowing as best as possible, literally, and like all actual pun intended, I think you guys catch my drift. Oh yeah, that's great. That is just fantastic. Wow, I feel like I'm in a freaking time capsule right now, guys. That sound just never gets old. It ages like the finest of wines. So for general curiosity's sake and pure vlog testing purposes, does it do a burnout? Can I apply enough pressure with my broken foot on the brake to test the theory? Oh, it kind of hurts the ankle. This makes me sad. We're gonna try again. make it. I may or may not have to let off because my ankle is kind of screaming a little bit, and that's just the result of having a fractured tibia. Go me! Burnout rating with broken ankle, can I get like a 7 out of 10? I mean, she wasn't the smokiest, she wasn't the longest. It's not like I could really carry it out or shift the gears too much, but give me credit, I'm non-weight bearing. I have an ankle that I can't put any weight on right now, which will make one thing especially difficult. Do you guys know what that is? It's the fact that I need to do a power break with a not so good ankle, so I'm going to try to apply a little bit of pressure with more or less the bottom of my foot to see what we can do. On 3, 2, 1. Oh, the ankle hurts a little bit, but we're going. Yeah, buddy. Okay, look, I had to let off a little bit there because the ankle is kind of killing me. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the longest, it wasn't the smokiest, but it was the effort that counts. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a thumbs up for at least trying, because I was kind of in pain doing that a little bit there, and all I'm trying to say, it's more than capable. I just kind of couldn't grab another gear because I couldn't bear the pain any longer, although the audible pleasure was rather fantastic. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, that whole last part may or may not have been what the doctor ordered. So who is feeling that flashback of nostalgia with the LML? Who could argue that that is one of the greatest sounding DURTYMAXs to ever exist, legitimately ever, with that Dan's diesel 64mm VGT turbo? Transmission shifts great in this thing, and I can't wait to reveal and debut to you what the plans are for this unit right here. I think you guys are going to be oh so happy about it, but it might need to go somewhere sometime soon to kick that process off and get things underway. As we wrap up the vlog, I actually just wanted to make a comment that I didn't say earlier. I got really fortunate that I didn't like fall out of my tree stand. I was quite literally descending the tree stand and I hopped off. I put my ankle into a hole, it broke. But I'm also going to blatantly admit to you guys that I haven't been the best with hunter safety specific to wearing my hunting harness. And I just want to say, for all of my hunters out there that are just kind of trying to rush up into the tree to get comfortable, or you don't like the discomfort or inconvenience of having that harness on, or it gets in your way when you go to draw your bow, or whatever the excuse might be, learn a lesson from me, because it could have been a lot worse. Like, it could have been much worse. I could have easily fallen or had an accident that led to even worse off injuries, or even worse, like something that is permanent for life. I mean, there are instances and stories where people get paralyzed from falling out of their tree stands. And honestly, since this incident occurred, I realized that I needed to wake up and really start to be more responsible out in the woods to have a great time and hopefully take down some absolutely awesome game, but also protect myself. I really wanted to leave that as a message with you guys kind of here as we're wrapping up this video, because I wouldn't want to see anything happen to you. From the lesson that I learned, I wanted to pass it on. I also wanted to remind you guys, and not to talk about this really on the vlog because it's not my place to do it often, the citizens of the People's Republic, aka the United States, guys, get out there and freaking vote. This election is super important, and make it count. And last and finally, but not least, we are kicking off the alpha program for OnePIVT here in just a few weeks. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna head inside to get this video edited, and I'm going to be polishing up the remaining details before we kick that off, guys. I genuinely have always had the desire to pass along what I've done in life to get to where I am in life right now. I'm 32, I don't think I've even gotten started yet, but boy, am I grateful for how far I've come. And finally, I just decided that I need to pursue this desire that I've had for years and years and years as an extension of all the things that I've already done on YouTube. I love to take what I know and pass it along to others to see them grow in the process, because I think at the end of the day, what you learn in life is no good if you can't pass it along to others. With that being said, grab your entries for DDG 40, aka Ghost, because that setup is so freaking sick. I don't even need to convince you guys of that. Thanks for watching as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up this video if you appreciated the broken ankle burnout, and I'll see you in the next upload. Oh my God.